Hello everyone, I'm Colin Canet. Today I'm going to show you how to make these machine cut dovetails on your router. So let's get started. The jig that I'm showing you today is from a company called Lee, and the model is called the TD330. And I purchased this. This is not a review of this jig. This is just I want to show you how these jigs work. There's a variety of them on the market. I'm not endorsing any of them. I just want to show you the process of how these things work. Before you get started, you should know that it's a fairly dusty job cutting these with the router. I'm going to sweep these up, but before I did, I wanted you to get some sort of an idea. The unit that I'm using comes with this plastic frame on top, and you have to supply this piece of wood. I used MDF, and these are part of the jig as well, these little steps here. To give you an idea how involved this is, to have a look at this manual. This is one of the best manuals I've ever seen, but look at how thick it is. So that gives you some idea that it does take a bit of time. It comes with a couple of bits. It comes with a straight bit and a dovetail bit, and importantly, it comes with this little collar. So you need to be able to mount this collar to your router, and you'll need an adapter of some kind to your router base in order to put that on. And that little base there, you probably can't see it, but there's increments on it, so you have to adjust it back and forth in order to get the perfect fit, and I'll show you that later on when we get to it. So anyway, the first thing they want you to start off with is using the straight bit, because we're going to cut the pins. So there's a couple that I've been working on, and there's some 3/4 inch material, very dusty to work with, and you can see that my pins are too low there, so that's not a good cut at all. Then I went back and I got some thinner material to work with, much nicer to work with, 1/2 inch material, but in this case my pins were too high, so I had to make some other adjustments. But what I want to talk about right now is they always tell you to start off with pins first, and people get confused about what's a pin and what's a tail. I'm going to show you how you can tell the difference and what you can use, and you'll never ever forget which one's a pin and which one's a tail. For using this jig and many of the jigs, they tell us to start with the pins first. And people get confused with which one's tails and which one's pins. And it's really simple. Remember, we're making dovetails, so that should be a clue to start off with. But I want to show you, I've got a couple of books here from my friend Tim Fitzharris. I want to show you a couple of pictures that he has, and this will help you to figure out and always remember which one's a tail. Now look at the tail of that bird. See how it's flared out like that? Look at that, flared out. So there's a tail. Okay, there's another one right behind it. Now, not all birds are like this, but the majority of them can have flared tails, because they use it for flying, and how they fly in flight. Even that one, even the side picture in that one, if I can get the glare away, see how that tail is sort of flared out like that? There's the flare. There's the tail. And one more, this is a really good one. I think this is an eagle in flight. And if you look at that one, you can see how that tail is flared out. See how that tail's flared out? There it is. So now you know, you'll never forget which one's a pin and which one is a tail. So there's the adapter that I talked about, and different routers will have different adapters, and this will fit inside of that and protrude out the bottom. Now, I talked about numbers, and I think you can see there's some set of numbers on there, and it comes with this little tool. And the purpose of this little tool, once it's set in the router and you're looking at the base of it, this little collar will spin in there, and you can adjust it to make your dovetail joints looser or tighter by resetting those numbers to a different setting in there. Now, because we're cutting the pins first, I'm going to install the straight bit in my router, and there's the dovetail bit, and we'll install that later on. So the jig has the plastic part of the jig has two parts, the pointy part and the dull part. And the pointy part is where we're going to cut the pins. So I'm just going to clamp that to my wood here. The next thing I need to do is set the depth of this bit. And what they tell you to do is draw a line in there and drop the bit down to that marked line. But I've got a better way of doing that. And basically all you do is drop the router bit down to the top of the wood that you're going to be cutting. And now I can use my depth gauge here, and I know all this wood is 1/2 inch thick, so I'm using my 1/2 inch measuring bar. And now, just to prove that, see how that goes perfect? That's right to the line. That's perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut those pins. So that's my pins cut, and I've already set the little marker thing. Now I'm going to turn this around and set this one so that, and basically all I need to do with this jig is to just set these in the middle of between my pins and just eyeball it and just set that. And now every time I put a piece of wood in here, it'll be lined up so that I can make duplicate boards. Now I just need to change this board and we'll cut the tails. Okay, now I'm going to cut the tails, and I've done the same process for setting the bit height as I did with the straight bit. So let's go ahead and do those. Now some of you will notice that I did two passes. I did one way, then I did back. And if you listen carefully, you'll notice that there is, every time I do another pass, sometimes I miss a piece. And they tell you when you're using all of these dovetail jigs, do two passes, do one way and then go back. Because if you miss something, it's almost impossible to go back and correct it. So let's go and look, where's my other board here right in front of me. Let's just see how this is going to line up here, or if it will, if I go the right way. It should go either way. There we go. Nice snug fit. There, that is a nice, tight, snug fit. Put that in the right light and you can see how well that is. So now that took a fair bit of adjustment, but now I can replicate that. Well, that concludes my video for today, and I'm pretty happy with the way this jig worked. It took a little while to set that up, but now I'm getting good quality results from it. And later on, I'm going to be using this to make some drawers, and I'll be videotaping that as well. But you know, there's lots of ways of making dovetails. You can use a table saw, you can use a bandsaw, and of course, if you're Rob Kosman, you can cut perfect date or perfect dovetails just like this at any time you want to, because he cuts thousands of them a year, so he's always in practice. But for those of us who only make dovetails once every few years, this is another process that you might want to look at. I'm Colin Canet for Woodwork Web. Thanks for watching.